Hey guys, Mark here with Wolters World, and we're on the Isle of Skye in Scotland. I apologize for the wind. It's just a little windy place. It's not exactly the warmest place you can be, but it is amazingly beautiful. I'm just stopping here on the side of the road to make a little video for you, because maybe you're going to come to the Isle of Skye, and there's some things you should know before you come. Okay, where you should see, what you should go check out, and things like that. Alright? Now, first up, what you need to know is the Isle of Skye, you're going to need your own transport. So you're going to be renting a car. So when you're here renting, realize there's a lot of single lane roads, okay? And a lot of times you have to veer off to the side for other cars and things like that. Also, there are sheep in the road. Literally, on the road, the A87 or wherever, sheep come in onto the road all the time, so make sure you watch out. Hey guys, driving here in Scotland, there's one thing you have to watch out in the Isle of Skye is there are sheep in the road occasionally. So be careful, because you gotta watch out. In terms of what you should see when you're here, the Isle of Skye is amazingly beautiful, guys. I mean, this is probably the ugliest view of the whole island. This is beautiful. There's mountains, there's lochs, there's streams, there's waterfalls. There's so much you're gonna want to see when you're here. That's why you want to have a car to drive around and see it all. So what are the things to see? One, you have the Slate Peninsula in the very south. That has a lot of the vegetation to check out, so it looks a lot different than this kind of barren wasteland we have here, okay? So the Slate Peninsula is really cool. Next, you want to go to the very north, you see where the MacLeod clan is, and they're at Dunvegan Castle. It's in a little small town called Dunvegan. You go there, there's a castle, it has their history of their clan there. There's a nice garden there, you can take tours to see seals and dolphins and all kinds of stuff. The Dunvegan Castle, the home of the Clan MacLeod, and for you guys that ever watched the Highlander TV show or cartoons, the Clan MacLeod, yeah, that's these guys. Anyway, hope you're doing well. Bye. From the Isle of Skye. If you go also, some other places, you have Portree, which is the capital of the Isle of Skye, and there's some hotels and restaurants there when you're driving through. If you need an ATM, they have that there. But if you go from Portree and you go up the coast, you're going to see some really cool, there's a couple of really cool waterfalls. One is the Sleat Falls, and the other one, you go to the Kilt Rock, which is up on the side. It's basically a sheer cliff that looks like a kilt. And this is Kilt Rock over there, because it looks like a kilt. And the waterfalls right here. I mean, it is just beautiful right here on the Isle of Skye. If you get a chance, definitely come, but make sure it's during nice weather. But in the summer it's packed here, so make sure you're preparing yourself beforehand, find a place to stay. And then there's a couple waterfalls right by there. Also, there's a mountain there called the Old Man of Storr, which is one phallic rock sticking up in the air next to a little mountain range. Okay, that's really cool. Also, here on the Isle of Skye, there's a lot of artisans. So there's a lot of weavers. You want to go weave on your own, make your own wool, stuff like that. They have that here. All kinds of great places all over the place from the top to the bottom. Just drive by, you'll see them announcing their stuff on the side of the roads. Okay? Also, the Isle of Skye has their own distillery, Talisker Distillery. You can go there, have the tour. It's open Monday through Saturday. There's 14 people working there. Half of them are from the family that's owned it for years and years and years. Also, if you love hiking, there's plenty of places to hike here. You go to I think they're called the Cuillin Mountains, the Cuillin Hills, which are these amazing, basically mountains, but we'll call them hills, that you can go hiking through. It's just beautiful. You'll see them right when you come onto the island. They're just to die for. All right? And then, actually, before you get onto the Isle of Skye, you're going to pass by this beautiful castle called the Eilean Donan Castle, which you've seen in James Bond. If you ever watched the Highlander films or the Highlander films, the TV show, it's in there as well. It's a beautiful castle right before you get on the Isle of Skye, about 10 miles from the Isle of Skye. That is great. If you're coming to Scotland, kind of off the beaten track is getting to the Isle of Skye. It's not easy to get to. The driving can get a bit much, but it is amazing because it gives you views like this, castles like this. Now, some other tips for the Isle of Skye. When you come here, guys, booking accommodation. Book 6 months in advance because there's it's bed and breakfasts here, but they book out like that. It's crazy. It's hard to get stuff. So a lot of times what you have to do is stay outside the Isle of Skye in a small town like Plockton. That's where I stay when I come here. You know, you can just drive in because you're going to rent a car anyway. You drive in, see all the stuff. I mean, it's fine. But if you want to stay on the island, you have to book well in advance. If you stay in a hotel, it's very expensive. So, since you're going to be driving around anyway to see stuff, just you can stay off the island and just rent a car in. It's up to you. But make sure you book early. All right? Also, in terms of eating here, you're going to need to reserve because in the high season, all the restaurants are booked all the time. So make sure when you like a restaurant, you're going to be in the same town the next day, book a reservation for the next night for dinner because it does get a little difficult to find a place to eat. All right? So again, I apologize for the winds in the car. And of course, now that the video is done, the cars have stopped coming. So have a great time at the Isle of Skye. It is one of those beautiful places in Scotland. I know I'm showing you the barren wasteland part now, but guys, I mean, this place is unbelievable. So have a great trip. Come check us out at woltersworld.com. Go to our destination site, and you'll actually see a whole bunch of videos on the special sites I talked about here on the Isle of Skye, and other places you might want to go in Scotland or around the world. So have a great time. Bye. Now there's no traffic ever on the roads, and now when I start to do the video, there's a lot.